I know, don't say anything, okay? I totally missed a whole day of posting, but in my defense, I had a really long day yesterday. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to stay consistent otherwise, like I promise. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. I am Beanie, and I basically just talk for however long I feel like it. Like that's really what the channel is all about. So basically for today's breakdown, I'm going to be breaking down Dexter because, I don't know, the way he thinks is fascinating to me. And if you know Dexter, then you obviously know that he has a really hard time experiencing emotions for people on the outside. He puts on the perfect smile for his coworkers. He plays attentive when he needs to. And he really puts himself as like the perfect boring person. So no one realizes that he's this really like unfeeling killer. And some could say that Dexter doesn't have a conscience because of how he could just like kill these people and like live with himself and like lead this peaceful, natural, boring life. But I would kind of just play devil's advocate here and say that Dexter does actually have a bit of a conscience. Obviously not a huge one like me and you, but enough of one that it kind of leads most of his decisions. And the weird thing about Dexter's conscience is that it changes. His first one was like his dad, Harry, you know, which is why he took to only killing criminals, you know, the people that deserved it basically in his mind, because that's how Harry rationalized it. So that's how Dexter rationalized it. He'll make all of his decisions with Harry in mind, like that was his guiding voice, i.e. his conscience. So, perfect, now that we declared that Dexter indeed does have some form of a conscience, no matter how small it is, it still counts. We must talk about his emotional growth throughout the series, kind of, because this man was just on a roller coaster ride. So at the beginning of the series, we see Dexter at more of a cold state, like very much unfeeling and faking every emotion possible, right? Well, in my opinion, it wasn't until like Rita pushed the relationship past a certain point that he actually started to show a little emotion to someone that wasn't Deborah. Again, small emotion, but nonetheless, it's emotion. And after the small steps from Rita in the beginning, we begin to see Dexter crave things like companionship, you know, wanting to have someone he could really share himself with, which is what really led to a lot of trouble for Dexter. Like, that's how the whole thing with Miguel happened. He found someone that he could see himself in, and he followed that as much as he could. And then when he had his son, he showed love for his son. He loved his son. That's emotion. And I want to say that ever since Harry died, Dexter was like looking for, I want to say, someone that could be something of a mentor to him, to like guide him in a way, because that's what the Trinity Killer became in a way. At first, he looked at the Trinity Killer as someone he needed to deal with, like, you know, his next victim. But then he saw that Trinity was like leading the same life that Dexter was living, or he wanted to live, and he was eager to get close and figure out how he was balancing it all because he was struggling. And again, it is a disaster because these are killers we're talking about here. There is no happy ending. But regardless, throughout the Dexter series, we have the same theme of Dexter wants someone just like him. He can either be friends with or a mentor of or a mentee to, because at the end of the day, Dexter just wants to be understood by someone. I think that's what makes Dexter, I think that's what Dexter's motivation behind a lot of things is that he does in the series. I think that's something that people that watch the show like about him. Like, a lot of people, everybody wants to be understood. Even if it is by one person, it still counts. And I just think it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, this is kind of my breakdown of the character Dexter. And I did cut myself short a little bit because I could talk about this all day. I have a lot of thoughts. But I don't have time. I know you probably don't have time. So like, if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you want. Because honestly, I'm just not going to force you to do something you don't want to do. It's okay. And comment if you want me to keep going on about this because I can't. But I will see you tomorrow, I promise. And Beanie's out.